So there you go. I'm really glad for Bill Foley. I mean, he got to sleep in. I mean, you know, I'll tell you.
Even he's enjoying the Vegas nightlife.
I would love to sleep in myself. So, you know, but good for Bill Foley. And he was talking about, he's proud of all things to do with the team, including the fan base, being out there fully supportive. And I completely agree with that. I was just reminded being out there. That building is terrific. The fan base is really into it. They do a great job with the show that goes on before the game. It's very entertaining. Quick story, my brother, who never paid attention to hockey his whole life, went out there 5 years ago, fell in love with it because he went to a Golden Knights game. Now he flew out there twice to go to the finals. I mean, all of a sudden he's a super fan. So, I mean, it's just they've done an unbelievable job there, Dano.
They really have. And if you can't have fun in Vegas, you can have fun nowhere. But having said that, they have built an unbelievable National Hockey League franchise right from day one. And the unique thing about it is if we go back to year one, and they went to the Stanley Cup Finals, and Nostradamus, Bill Foley, their owner, says they're going to win in 6 years, which still amazes me.
It is amazing.
And they did win the 6th year in their existence in the league. But they did it a little differently, right? They were kind of all in from the start, almost, where traded draft picks away, traded #1 picks that they did draft, a lot of good prospects to make them better quickly. I know the expansion draft, they had an advantage, but they had to do a good job getting the players that they were capable, and George McPhee was able to get. So what a job by the ownership. And it always starts from the top.
Yep.
I mean, he had a vision. I'll bring up again, he's a West Point grad. I have so much respect for everybody that comes out of West Point. He went on to become an incredible businessman, and he knew exactly what he wanted when he brought the team to Vegas. And we wanted them to win in 6 years. He brought in the right people, surrounded him with. George McPhee did a terrific job, handed over the general manager job to Kelly McCrimmon, and they found a way. And it's not always the formula teams have used. You usually build sustainable success by draft picks, developing players, and they've kind of gone a different route, haven't they? But they picked the right players, and now they do have an excellent core moving forward, so that they're going to be a formidable team the next handful of years. And I look at cores because I played on the team, and I say gratefully went to 4 Stanley Cups in the last 8 years of my career. And our architect was general manager Lou Lamoriello at the time, and we had a core. And you always knew, you're going to change pieces along the way. In fact, we changed Jason Arnott and Peter Sikora in 2000, who were instrumental in why we won on that A-line along with Patrick Elias, but we were still able to get to the finals in 2001 and in 2003 and win it with core pieces missing, but we had 5 guys that have been on all 3 Cup teams. 5 guys have been together a long time. And then you add a Patrick Elias and a Madden and Pandolfo, who'd been there a couple times. And I think that's kind of similar what Vegas has with the Pietrangelos now, and the Stones, and the Carlsons, and the Marchessaults. And we can go on down the list and of the original misfits. That's a culture that you build that you just can't underestimate how important that is, so that when players come in, they all buy in right away. And then Bruce Cassidy did an unbelievable job his first year as a Vegas Golden Knight coach, because you just saw they really played the way he did his post-game interviews, and win, lose, whatever it may have been, or a bad game, he was even-keeled. He was balanced, and that's kind of how their team played, all business-like. And we talked about how as good a run, incredible run I've seen from a team in many years, as far as how efficiently they did it through 4 rounds, even dealing with the adversity that every team has to if you're going to be a Stanley Cup champion.
Yeah, and they never faced elimination throughout the Stanley Cup playoffs, so a terrific run for the Golden Knights. Now they think about the future in some ways. They're celebrating, obviously, what they've accomplished this year, but Kelly McCrimmon talked about it in his presser, like, you know, we can keep most of the core guys, but the question will probably be in goal, like what they decide to do there, because you got 3 goalies that are set to be UFA, most notably the guy that backstopped this team through the last 2 rounds plus, because he came off the bench against the Edmonton Oilers in round number 2, and that's Adin Hill. He's making $2.71 million. I would think he's in line to maybe double that moving forward next year. So what are they going to do there? Laurent Brossoit has had a couple of injuries over the last couple of years. So what do they do with him? I think Jonathan Quick is an interesting situation. I think he's going to have a lot of different options if he wants to continue to play in terms of being a number 2 guy somewhere. In fact, I could see him being a number 2 guy across the river with the New York Rangers because he's from Connecticut originally. So we'll see how that plays out. But it'll be interesting to see what they do with the goaltenders and what the future of Adin Hill is, because he played very, very well in this Stanley Cup playoffs, and save percentage up around .930, .935. I mean, he was lights out good in a number of occasions. Yes, he was playing behind a really strong defensive team, but I'll be curious to see what the Golden Knights decide to do with their goaltending, because they have Logan Thompson there as well. We'll see what happens. He, of course, was injured. He was the all-star. He was an all-star, Logan Thompson, earlier in the season before he got injured.
Isn't that what makes this run even more remarkable? 5 goaltenders they had to use during
your buddy Sean Burke, the goalie coach.
I shouldn't say 5. Robin Leonard did not play.
Yeah, well, he would have been 6.
Would have been 6. So yeah, 5.
And that's another
Excuse
thing.
me, 5 and Leonard would have been 6. So
that's another
remarkable
thing,
how they were able to juggle and still find a way to be consistent on a nightly basis in a great regular season, and then 4 rounds and a Stanley Cup champion. Just remarkable. Adin Hill has earned a lot more money. No question about it. It'll be interesting to see if that's in Las Vegas or not. I'm sure they'd love to retain him if possible. But we know they were $13 million over the cap at the end of the day, and obviously going to the playoffs, you're able to maneuver a few things.
Well, Stone missed. That was a lot of LTIR money, and the same with Robin Leonard, as I mentioned. I mean, they got to figure out that moving forward. He had substantial injury issues during the season. We haven't heard from Robin Leonard. We have no idea what the future holds for him, but he's got 2 more years left on a contract. You don't buy out injured players.
Right.
He could go back on LTIR again, but it'll be interesting to hear from Robin Leonard at some point about what his future is, because that will be something they'll have to figure out amongst their team. But boy, we haven't heard anything from Robin Leonard in quite some time.
Yeah, that will be interesting, and certainly I think that is a wait and see through this offseason. Is he capable of even playing again? We don't know that, right? And we'll have to hear from, certainly the Vegas Golden Knights, we'll have to hear from Robin Leonard and what the situation is. Look, Adin Hill, for me, yes, he played in front of a great structured team, and it made it, I'm not going to say easier, but, you know, he was a positionally sound goaltender, a big goaltender that when he's in position, the puck would hit him no matter what. But he was spectacular at times.
Yep.
This guy deserves an opportunity, and he's going to make more money, and he has to cash in this time around. So it may not be in Vegas, but I don't blame him one bit. You get one opportunity to get a decent contract. What's it going to be? What's the number going to be? A 4-year deal at $5 million, a 5-year deal at $4 million, $4.5 million. That's a lot of bread. That's a lot of dough for a guy that has earned it by showing what he could do in the playoffs in the most important time of the year. And maybe he's just found his rhythm. His confidence is going to be at an all-time high, and we'll see if some team believes that we've got cap room and we need a goaltender. We believe in Adin Hill, but certainly he's going to get a pretty nice contract. I would think that would be very important to him and his family along the way. Whether it's, I'm sure he would absolutely love to stay with the Vegas Golden Knights. You just won a championship. You want to be part of that again and try to repeat and try to defend your title. But that may not be able to happen for Adin Hill. But good for him, because he's earned it. He's deserved it. He was outstanding. He could have been the Conn Smythe winner, in my opinion. I thought he was that good.
Yeah, and a great pickup by the Golden Knights. Got him on a trade with the San Jose Sharks last August. They obviously did their homework. Sean Burke, who was the goalie coach there in Vegas, had him in Arizona, and he did a great job.